Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I jump into today's topic, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope everyone's day is going well. And to all my new subscribers, thank you for being a part of this channel's growth. And for my long-time subscribers, thank you for being with me so long and part of this channel's growth. I do appreciate you. And for those that haven't subscribed yet, if you find this content helpful and informative, please subscribe and click the little bell to be notified each and every time I make a new video. Also, don't forget to share and like, because this lets YouTube know this type of content is important. And if you would like to support even further, you can do so by the way of Patreon. There will be a link in the low bar. And for those that are supporting already by the way of Patreon, I humbly want to say thank you. I really do mean that. It means a lot to me. And I'm literally blown away by those that care so much about the work of this little cartoon man right here. It really means a lot to me. And thank you isn't strong enough or good enough words to express how much I'm grateful for your support. Now with that said, in my last video, I talked about why the narcissist seems like they never get caught or have to answer for the bad things they do. And I will leave a link for this video in the low bar as well, so you can watch it if you haven't had a chance to yet. But very quickly, one of the things I talked about is that narcissists size you and others up from the moment they meet you, and they assign you a role. And they start their manipulation from the very first day they meet you. Regardless if this is a dating relationship, friendship, or work relationship. They set things up in such a way they are 10 steps ahead of you and everyone else. And they do all of this to have a scapegoat to take the blame for what they really started all along. And in the video I go into detail about all of this, and I think you will find the content on that video very important. So please check it out. But with all of that in mind, I wanted to add to that video with this video right here. You see, we have a term called flying monkey. And that's a term to describe those that enable the narcissist to do what they do. Some of these narcissists are groomed by the narcissist to think and believe everything the narcissist does is gold and they can do no wrong. Which goes back to what I was saying. When a narcissist meets you and others in their life, they assign them roles and they start the manipulation right then and there. So you might have someone that might be decent, but they have fallen for the narcissist's lies and manipulation. However, there are many of these flying monkey enablers that are narcissists themselves. So because flying monkeys can be broken up between these two groups, I'm just going to talk about narcissists protecting and helping and enabling other narcissists in this video. Not the other group of unaware people that were just groomed to believe a lie. And since we've established we are talking about the narcissist grouping here, the question is, do other narcissists help out other narcissists? And the answer is yes. But they will turn on each other if it suits their interests to do so. However, with that being said, they do silently help other narcissists. Because remember the name of the game for narcissists, and that's narcissistic supply. And they can never have enough of it. Never. 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 The more narcissistic supply the better as far as the narcissist is concerned. And many narcissists, as I've had time to stop and think about this, operate in the shadows, so to speak. You see, many narcissists end up with this personality warp early on in their life. And because some of them might not be good at hiding who they are. And I say some of them, because there are many at an early age that will shock you. That they could win an award for their acting abilities. However, there are some that kind of fumble through things and get into trouble, so to speak. But with every bit of trouble they get into, they learn how to hide who they are. And one of the things some of these narcissists do is let other narcissists take the center stage and bring forth targets into their inner circle. You see this a lot at work or in family situations. And this narcissist can just sit back and pretend to not know what is going on, and here and there be a small part of the situation so they can gain some narcissistic supply. An example of this would be you are at work, and you are being mistreated by a narcissist you work with, or that is your manager. And you go to someone there at work that you think that you trust. And even though they pretend to be on your side and to want to help you, it seems like the more you talk to this person, the worse your situation gets at this workplace. Well, it's a good chance you might be talking to another narcissist that is feeding you lies about what they are really saying in your defense, when in reality they might be saying to others that you keep bothering them and they just don't want to be involved with your drama. Which, trust me, is enough to make what the main narcissist is saying against you to look true. This same thing can happen in a family dynamic. As I talked about before, that narcissism is a family business. However, I think narcissists have this really weird radar about themselves. Meaning they can see an overly nice people pleaser a mile away. As many have said, it seems like these types can go into a room with 100 people and they can pick out the target that they can run their game on out of that 100 people. But the other thing I think the narcissist can scan for is someone else that is a narcissist just like themselves. And they have this nonverbal communication where they know the positions each one of them is to play in a certain interaction. And that's something I haven't heard many people talk about. I'm not saying this hasn't been talked about before, but it's not something you hear a lot. It seems like they have done this dance so well in their homes of origin with their narcissist parent or parents against their scapegoat sibling. They can do this same dance with a complete stranger they meet for the first time. And I think the extremely smart narcissists don't trust each other. And it's that lack of trust that makes what they are doing to others so effective. Because they know each other is going to cross their T's when in regards to protecting themselves from each other. So, because that is going on and understood, they now can go after the main goal for them. And that is the narcissistic supply from an unsuspecting target. Now, how does this information help you? It should make you slow down and think before you just blindly trust a certain person and tell them what is going on. It doesn't mean you won't have someone to talk to about your situation. It just means you might want to think twice before you just start talking to someone about what is going on. That also includes if this person comes to you. Someone might come to you acting like they care and they see what is going on. But in reality they are there to stir the pot to gain narcissistic supply. Again, slow things down and think before you speak in those situations. You know, I've seen at work where there were certain managers and bosses that seemed like very honest and decent people. Always smiling and shaking hands and wanting to talk to you about fun little things and make a personal connection. Then I witnessed these same people flat out lie and take down people that were there just trying to do their job. Or these same bosses covered for the lies of other bosses. And that made me step back and say, I'm glad I kept things light with these people and didn't tell them anything of great importance. You see, those type of people that you can tell real important details about your life are going to be very few and far and in between. But what's weird is these people that were doing these lies and things. Much of it seemed like it was just for sport. It didn't seem like there was a valid reason for this one person to be picked on, other than it was their time to be it. And when I would see these individuals lie for each other and try to get the target to think they were on their side, and try to lure them into conversations, I realized, wait a minute. These people that are more than likely all narcissists are all working together in this weird dance that doesn't really require too much communication between each other. Because they know what each other is. And they know their roles and what the goal is. Narcissistic supply. If you work in such a place, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Then think about it for a second. If this person really is a narcissist, they have learned over years if not decades on how to keep others from knowing what and who they are. And again through these years growing up in such a home, they've learned this terrible dance and how to go after one of their scapegoat siblings with the other golden children and narcissist parent or parents. And this game and chase never gets old to them. And they require it for their narcissistic supply they so very much need for their right foot to move in front of their left foot, so to speak. But what all this boils down to is to slow things down. Slow things down. Watch people. Enjoy yourself and have fun. But at the same time, watch people. There are so many times at work and other places where I thought to myself, I'm so glad I didn't say this or that to this person. And these were people I thought were super nice and kind. And these are people that when I watched them over a great period of time, I noticed though they didn't show it outwardly, I could tell they enjoyed what they were doing to others. Because they did it again and again and again. They would lie and pretend to be this person's friend, all to set them up later on. It's just sad. So no. Narcissists, even if they seem they are operating alone, they really aren't in many cases. And if you watch and slow things down, you will see this weird little dance they have going on. And you will save yourself a lot of grief and time by being able to either sidestep these individuals, or you might be able to come up with a better solution instead of going to another narcissist that is silently working with the narcissist you are having troubles with. That's the entire goal. To be as narcissist-free as possible. They are everywhere and so are we. We just have to slow things down like in the Matrix to be able to see the code, so to speak. So we can react or not react accordingly. I hope this made sense. And I hope you enjoyed this content. Please tell me your thoughts below in the comments section. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.